This video is designed to help you start a construction business. At the end of the video, you'll find a valuable gift. It's a construction business plan that you can download, and will lay down for you, step by step, everything you need to know to start a successful construction business of your own. If you are new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. The first step in starting your construction company is going to be deciding on a specialty. This is going to be based on your experience and your overall goals. Subcontractors typically make 20 to 30% profit margins. General contractors make 10% profit, but have much larger contracts since they are managing 10 to 15 separate trades on the jobs. There are pros and cons to both, but ultimately you're going to want to look at the following factors when determining what you want to specialize in. What do you have experience in? What is the most profitable? What is high in demand in your area? How quickly can you get your first projects? Residential versus commercial, or both. Most construction companies can work in both residential and commercial. The biggest difference is in your ability to finance the projects and your cash flow. For residential, you're usually able to get 10 or 20% as a deposit to start the job. You also start projects quickly after submitting your bid. And there is usually less competition, so your close rates will likely be much higher. The drawbacks are that they are smaller projects, and you're dealing with the feelings of the homeowners. So they are going to be very picky since it's their own home. Commercial, they are typically bigger projects, with larger contract values. There's more competition and usually, no deposits paid up front. You bill monthly and usually receive your first payment 60 to 90 days after starting the job. For commercial, having a credit line with your bank, and terms with your suppliers, is important, so you'll need good credit. Finding potential projects. This is the part where most new contractors get stuck and can't grow their new business. The key to lead generation is to create a steady system of leads, that you can always be bidding on projects and landing new jobs. Estimating and sending bids. Estimating is the lifeblood of your business. If you really want to grow your construction business, and make sure you are successful, you have to invest in submitting several bids per month consistently. What I recommend is that if you have the budget, invest in hiring an in-house estimator, and set up an office for them so you can focus on running your business, and meeting new clients. The biggest challenge contractors have, is a lack of time to estimate and meet new clients. That's why the goal is to have your own team perform your estimates, while you're out winning more construction bids. Following up is by far the most important part of the entire estimating and bid process. A lot of contractors spend hours creating a bid, submit it, and never follow up to see where their prices, in relation to their competitors, or even invest any time in getting to know the estimator or the project manager, on the other end. Many contractors don't do this because it is very time-consuming, but I think it's more time-consuming to submit 10 bids and win one, versus submitting 4 bids to win one. And once you build that relationship with the client, they will come back to you over and over and over. Construction equipment. You need equipment to open even home-based businesses. Check this starter list out. Most construction work needs excavators. These come on wheels or tracks. Independent contractors need at least one backhoe. These lift materials and dig trenches. Bulldozers knock down the topsoil to a certain depth. Other must-haves include ladders, saws and drills for small operations. Construction company website. To start a construction outfit today, you need a website to attract potential customers. Many home inspection businesses provide good examples. They include a separate page for each service. And testimonials. Licenses required in your state. State and local governments require different business licenses. Each state is different. Insurance is important too, and a reputable surety bond agent provides coverage for financial damages. Business licenses or permits. Most construction businesses will be required to obtain some form of license or permit to operate. Those requirements vary depending on the business activities as well as the city and state. Research the requirements with your local Secretary of State, to determine the licensing you will need before you hammer your first nail. Failing to obtain the required business licenses can lead to severe consequences, such as expensive fees or fines. It may even lead to the involuntary dissolution of your business by the state. The next part of the video is not specific to a construction business. Nevertheless, this knowledge is essential for success in the construction business, as well as in any other business. Ignore it at your own peril. Operating a successful construction business will depend on the following 4 conventions. 1. A practical plan, with a solid foundation. 2. Dedication, and willingness to sacrifice, to reach your goal. 3. Technical skills. 4. Basic knowledge of management, finance, record keeping and market analysis. As a new owner, you will need to master these skills and techniques if your business is to be successful. Finding a niche. Small businesses range in size from a manufacturer, with many employees, and millions of dollars in equipment, to the lone window washer, with a bucket and a sponge. Obviously, the knowledge and skills, required for these two extremes, are far apart, but for success they have one thing in common. Each has found a business niche, and is filling it. The most critical problems you will face, in your early planning, will be to find your niche, and determine the feasibility of your idea. Get into the right business at the right time, is very good advice, but following that advice may be difficult. Many entrepreneurs plunge into a business venture, so blinded by the dream, that they fail to thoroughly evaluate its potential. Is your business idea feasible? Before you invest time, effort, and money, the following exercise will help you separate sound ideas from those bearing a high potential for failure. Identify and briefly describe the business you plan to start. Identify the product or service you plan to sell. Answering yes to any of the following 3 questions means you are on the right track. A negative answer to all of them means the road ahead could be rough. 1. Does your product or service satisfy an unfilled need? 2. Will your product or service serve an existing market in which demand exceeds supply? 3. Will your product or service be competitive based on its quality, selection, price, or location? Market analysis. For a small business to be successful, the owner must know the market. To learn the market, you must analyze it, a process that takes time and effort. You don't have to be a trained statistician to analyze the marketplace, nor does the analysis have to be costly. Analyzing the market is a way to gather facts about potential customers, and to determine the demand for your product or service. The more information you gather, the greater your chances of capturing a segment of the market. Know the market before investing your time and money in any business venture. The following questions will help you collect the information necessary to analyze your market and determine if your product or service will sell. This brief exercise will give you a good idea of the kind of market planning you need to do. An answer of no to any of the questions indicates a weakness in your plan, so do your research until you can answer each question with a yes. 1. Do you know who your customers will be? 2. Do you understand their needs and desires? 3. Do you know where they live? 4. Will you be offering the kind of products or services that they will buy? 5. Will your prices be competitive in quality and value? 6. Will your promotional program be effective? 7. Do you understand how your business compares with your competitors? 8. Will your business be conveniently located for the people you plan to serve? 9. Will there be adequate parking facilities for the people you plan to serve? Planning your startup. The following questions are grouped according to function. They are designed to help you prepare for opening day. Merchandise. Have you decided what items you will sell or produce, or what services you will provide? Have you made a merchandise plan, based upon estimated sales, to determine the amount of inventory you will need to control purchases? Have you found reliable suppliers, who will assist you in the startup? Have you compared the prices, quality, and credit terms of suppliers? Business records. Are you prepared to maintain complete records of sales, income and expenses, accounts payable, and receivables? Have you determined how to handle payroll records, tax reports, and payments? Do you know what financial reports should be prepared, and how to prepare them? Finances. A large number of small businesses fail each year. There are a number of reasons for these failures, but one of the main reasons is insufficient funds. Too many entrepreneurs try to start and operate a business without sufficient capital, money. To avoid this dilemma, you can review your situation by analyzing the following 3 questions. 1. How much money do you have? 2. How much money will you need to start your business? 3. How much money will you need to stay in business? In order to answer the second question, how much money will you need to start your business? You need to prepare an estimate of all your startup costs. Here is a list of items you may need to take into account. Note that this list is for a retail business. Items will vary for service, construction, manufacturing or online firms. Decorating and remodeling, fixtures and equipment, installing fixtures and equipment, services and supplies, beginning inventory cost, legal, professional fees, licenses and permits, telephone utility deposits, insurance, signs, advertising for opening, Unanticipated expenses. Now, the answer to the third question, how much money will you need to stay in business, must be divided into two parts: immediate costs and future costs. From the moment the door to your new business opens, a certain amount of income may come in. However, this income should not be projected in your operating expenses. You will need enough money available to cover costs for at least the first 3 months of operation. The following list will help you project your operating expenses on a monthly basis. Typical expenses for 1 month may include your living costs, employee wages, rent, advertising, supplies, utilities, insurance, taxes, maintenance, delivery, transportation, miscellaneous. Now sum up the total estimated monthly expenses and multiply it by 3. This is the amount of cash you will need to cover operating expenses for 3 months. Deposit this amount in a savings account before opening your business. Use it only for those purposes listed in the above list, because this money will ensure that you will be able to continue in business during the crucial early stages. By adding the total startup costs to the total expenses for 3 months, you can learn what the estimated costs will be to start and operate your business for 3 months. By subtracting the totals of the lists from the cash available, you can determine the amount of additional financing you may need, if any. Now you will need to estimate your operating expenses for the first year after startup. The first step in determining your annual expenses is to estimate your sales volume, month by month. Next, determine the cost of sales. You may want to use a spreadsheet to do this. After startup, the primary source of revenue in your business will be from sales, but your sales will vary from month to month because of seasonal patterns and other factors. It is important to determine if your monthly sales will produce enough income to pay each month's bills. An estimated cash flow projection will show if the monthly cash balance is going to be subject to such factors as the following: failure to recognize seasonal trends, excessive cash taken from the business for living expenses, too rapid expansion, and slow collection of accounts if credit is extended to customers. Conclusion: if you have carefully answered all the questions in this video, you have seriously thought about your goal. However, there may be some things you may feel you need to know more about. Owning and running a construction business is a continuous learning process. Research your idea, and do as much as you can yourself, but don't hesitate to seek help from people who can tell you what you need to know. As we conclude this video, it's time you get your free construction business plan gift. Go to the description below this video to get it now. It is completely free, no strings attached. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this.